Let me start by acknowledging the presence of Commissioner Esgate, the Commissioner responsible for operations, Commissioner Sita Mira, our visitors here present, and the Commissioner, everybody all protocol observed. It's a very good morning to you all. Maybe before we go to our main program of Sakomandese, allow me to call upon the chaplain with us and open the prayer. Morning.
Mazvita regai tirenge shoko raMwari tichaenda kubhuku ya 1818 Zamethi inoti iyo zvirokwazvo ndinoti kwamuri chipi nechipi chamuchasunga panyika chichasungwa kudenga, uye chipi nechipi chamunosunungura panyika chichasunungurwa kudenga. Ndinoti kwamurizve, kana vaviri venyu vakatenderana panyika pamusoro pechinhu chipi chavanokumbira, vachaitirwa naBaba vangu vari kudenga.
Tichanamata shoko rinotaura pamusoro peagreement nekuwirirana kuti whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and also whatever you release on earth will be also released in heaven. Kurava kuti chinhu chimwe nechimwe chatinenge tawirirana pano pasi nekudenga chisungo ichocho chinenge chaitwa. Naizvozvo takudzisa kuna Mwari kuti Mwari wekudenga vatitungamirire papurogiramu yedu. Tichanamata. Mwari wamasimba ose, tinokutendai mangwanani ano, tinokutendai Jehovha neprogiramu ino, tinotungamidza mweya mutsvene wenyu panzvimbo, tinotungamidza areka yenyu panzvimbo. Zvatiri kuwirirana pano pasi, chisungo chatiri kuita pano pasi, sekuchava kwamaita mushoko renyu, kuti nekudenga chinenge chasungwa. Mataura zvekare kuti vaviri vakawirirana pano pasi, vakazvita muzita renyu munotinzwa. Tinzwe Jehovha nguva ino, chivai pakati pedu, muzita raJesu Kristu mupenyu. Thank you, amen.
Thank you very much. Chaplain, maybe before we proceed with the program, we have got our restrooms here. Here are all for this province. Vanamata is up for Mchini, is the chaplain. We have got up for Maniwi Tekla, representing our legal section, Midlands province. Thank you very much. We have got my head of sections, Arimono, the meeting, and other officers, Arimono, our data was one because of our time set. Let me introduce Staff Officer Rehabilitation and Integration Midlands Province, Thank you very much. We have got officer in charge for this complex. We have got officer in charge of our medium prison, Superintendent Isaiah Makerent. We have got officer in charge of our young offenders, I don't know if our workshop is represented here. Yes, do I see our workshop so even that CCO Lara Chimo. We have got the Chief Staff Officer Admin, Leaders Province, Chief Student Aero Machine. Thank you very much. We have got Complex Commandant, Chief Student M. Chibana.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. We have got the Deputy Officer Commanding Leaders Province, Assistant Commissioner C. Chigogo. Thank you very much. We've got the Commissioner responsible for operations, Commissioner Headquarters Plan, Commissioner C. Tavira. Thank you very much. Then there is the Officer Command Independent Province, Commissioner S. Gate. Corrected. Corrected, sir. Thank you very much. Sorry, sir. The one that I Mama SOS. Subtuzala. Thank you very much. For more introductions, sir, allow me to call upon maybe I'll start with Wenpoli to give us more introductions, then another to follow. Wenpoli.
Thank you so much. My name is Dennis, Vice Principal of Polytechnic. With me, we do have Mr. Stanley Z, who is our IT manager. We also have our principal.
Thank you very much for the introduction, everybody. We now go to Worcester Institute, where the representative might give us introductions.
Thank you so much. My name is Engineer Nzirawa. I'll be introducing you to one of our senior principals who's respected guest at Worcester. Firstly, it's Dr. Ginny, who is with us. He's our program lead. We also has Engineer Mukumba, who's also here with us. Worcester. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the introductions from Worcester Institute. Commissioner, sir, at this juncture, allow me to call upon the Officer Commanding Leaders Province, Commissioner Esgate, for the welcome remarks.
Good morning to you all. Let me start by recognizing Commissioner Corrections, Commissioner Kabula from our national headquarters with us here today. Our esteemed visitors, Dangini, representing Worcester Institute of Technology, and his team. From Gwenpool, let me recognize the principal, Nia Chandwana, the deputy principal, brother of Shai. Because we are not taking our let him also recognize the presence of DOC, the Deputy Officer Commanding the province, Assistant Commissioner Chigogo, the Chief Staff Administration, Chief Sukuma Jindu, the Complex Commander, the Chief Secretary of Human Fund, the Staff Officer Ream, who is the owners of the program, and his counterpart, Officer in charge of our young offenders. Is also the Dover again, Supreme Court. And that is our level. The names are also similar, you know, the meaning. We also have the officer in charge of our prison complex, Suprema Gereza. So I see our workshop. The sister Jimono, the staff of the president, the police. Our stakeholders have seen net one, the media fraternity, the senior officers here present, and our junior officers, ladies and gentlemen. A refreshing morning to you all. It It is my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to this important occasion, marking the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding for the Inmate Innovation Initiative program, themed from sales to success, a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics nexus aimed at promoting innovation, critical thinking, and digital relevance among our inmates. Today's event is not merely ceremonial, it represents a shared commitment to transforming correctional spaces into centers of opportunity, growth, and meaningful change. It reflects our collective recognition that rehabilitation must evolve in line with global technological advancements, ensuring that inmates in our custody are equipped with relevant skills to reintegrate successfully into society. It is critical that the Department of Correctional Service provides a conducive environment for inmates to rehabilitate and reach this stage to ensure that the society is protected from further criminality, of which this event portrays that. Allow me to briefly provide an overview of Zimbabwe Prison Correctional Service. For our visitors, our principal is the Commissioner General, Dr. M. who is based in Harare. He has 4 deputies, the Deputy Commissioner General who is in charge of operations. We have Deputy Commissioner General who is in charge of support service, he's elect. We have Deputy Commissioner General Ndanga, and we also have Deputy Commissioner General Dr. Sango, who heads the Correction Department, who is being represented by Commissioner Taruga here. For Midland Province, the province has 10 established stations. We have our Media, which is our big prison. We have Wawa Young Offenders. This is the only institution for all juveniles in Zimbabwe who are found they have committed crimes. They are all watched Wawa Young Offenders. Basically, we don't call it a prison, we call it an educational facility. You realize when you go there, you see the structures, there is a school within the prison. So it's mainly basically for academics of our youth. We also have Kwepe prison, we have Ngerengwa prison, we have the Shavane prison, we also have a special institution which is the Shurubu female prison. This is the only female prison in the province. We also have another again special institution which is called Mara Open Correctional Institution. I think Dr. Njini knows it better than me. He's their neighbor there. We also have a second prison, to say Tungamina Airbase there. And above all, we have 2 more workshops. We have our workshop, which is a registered professional training center. We also pay a visit to the workshop here. We also have Konmara workshop. And of course, the provincial headquarters, which is situated in Dwell. Collectively, Midlands houses approximately plus or minus 2,500 inmates, with a staff complement of around 1,400 of them. This population reflects not just numbers, but individuals with diverse backgrounds, potential, and the capacity for transformation when given the right opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Zimbabwe, through the National Development Strategy 1, laid a solid foundation for inclusive economic growth foundation, human capital development, and innovation-driven progress. As we transition in the National Development Strategy 2, focus has become even sharper accordingly. Accelerating industrialization, fostering innovation, and strengthening institutional collaboration to achieve our national aspiration under Vision 2030, which is towards an upper middle-income economy. The Inmate Innovation Initiative program comes at a critical time when the world is rapidly transitioning in the digital era. By embracing STEM education within our correctional facilities, we are fostering a culture of innovation and equipping inmates with practical skills and that enhance their employability, self-reliance, and the ability to contribute meaningfully to national development according to this. This resonates well within the ZPCS organizational culture, which is anchored on production, innovation, and entrepreneurship. This program is a testament to the power of collaboration. It underscores the importance of partnership between correctional institutions, academia, and other stakeholders in delivering impactful rehabilitation initiatives. Together, we are moving beyond traditional correctional approaches towards a future that prioritizes empowerment, innovation, and sustainable integration. As Midlands Province, we stand ready to fully support and implement this initiative. We believe that through such progressive programs, we can truly transform cells into spaces of success and opportunity. Also riding on the national mantra of leaving no place and no one behind, is always emphasized by the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Dr. E.G. Mnangagwa. This program will ensure that inmates are not left behind in terms of technology advancement. Let me at this point in time extend my sincere appreciation to all partners and stakeholders involved in making this initiative a reality. Your commitment and vision are invaluable. With these few remarks, I warmly welcome you all and look forward to a successful signing ceremony and fruitful collaboration ahead. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Officer Komanise, for the welcome remarks. And this juncture, Commissioner said, allow me to call upon the principal, for the address on the partnership local education landscape and the commitment to the Inmate Innovation Initiative program. Principal.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, as has been said, my name is Washington Chaliwan, Principal of Gwen Polytechnic. And I'm very glad to be here. This is an exciting development, and I expect a lot of smiles in the room. Yes. Right, let me just acknowledge those present. I'll start by our host, Commissioner Gati, Officer Commanding Midlands. Acknowledge you, sir. And then we also have our Commissioner for Corrections, Commissioner Tabira. Acknowledge you, sir. And then Dr. Njili and your colleagues here present. My colleagues from Gwerupoli, Mr. Mushai and Mr. Gandidze, DOC Midlands Province, CSO, admin, complex commandants, SO Rehab and reintegration, complex OICs, senior officers here present, our stakeholders. I heard we have got Tel One with us. Yes, I want to acknowledge you. As I've said, we have senior officers here, complex officers, and other members of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services. In the interest of time, I write on the protocol already observed by Commissioner Gati. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very glad to be here and to be associated with this type of partnership. And it gives me great pride and a deep sense of responsibility to stand before you today at this historic signing ceremony. Our MOU between the Gwerupoli, ZPCS, and WIT is more than a formal agreement. It is a bold declaration of our shared vision to transform education, rehabilitation, and innovation in Zimbabwe. Gweru Polytechnic is an institution which came into being, I think it was 1982. We started off as a satellite of Blawayo, the then Blawayo Technical College, and then moved to our present site. And our main mandate now from around 1986, January 1986, was to train trainers or lecturers or instructors for other institutions in engineering disciplines, electrical, mechanical, and automotive engineering. Because of the shortage of lecturers which were being experienced at that time, we had a lot of expatriates from all over the world, India, Burma, and so on. I remember I was a student then elsewhere, and the lecturer from Burma, there was a lot of language, barriers. Lecturer from Burma, kuchitonhora so, pinda mhepo muclassroom. Close the door, it's shivering. So all those expatriates went, and because they left a gap, the government of Zimbabwe decided to train our own local students. So that's the training which took place at Gweru Polytechnic 4-year program, and it ran for some time until we saw that the institutions were saturated. And then we started working and operating like any other polytechnic in Zimbabwe. Apart from the courses that we run, we also have the teacher education program. We've got a scheme of association with the University of Zimbabwe. So we train technical and vocational teachers for secondary schools, just like any other teachers college you can think of in Zimbabwe. Therefore, Gweru Polytechnic has got a dual mandate. The areas that we have, the disciplines that we have in the institution, we have commerce, we have got business management, and all its various courses. We've got the management studies, which is human resources, transport and logistics, sales and marketing, purchasing and supply management, and so on. And we've got our 3 engineering departments: automotive, electrical, and mechanical. Automotive, we've got several courses: diesel plant fitting, motor vehicle board repair, motor mechanics, auto electrics, and then electrical engineering, we've got electrical power engineering, instrumentation and control, computer systems, electronic communication, we go to mechanical fabrication, refrigeration, machine shop engineering, and so on. So also have, as I've said, the Department of Education, where the training of teachers takes place. We also have information science and technology, where we've got information technology, library science, records management. We also have a department called Applied Arts and Sciences, where we explore the technology, cosmetology, tourism and hospitality. So, and also have construction. At the present moment, we have carpentry and joinery, and then brick and block laying. So we intend to expand. So this initiative puts us in an advantageous position, in that now we are doing things outside the box. We are not operating like any other polytechnic now. We've got our 2 mandates, that of being a polytechnic and also a teacher education institution. Now we are partnering with the Zimbabwe Prisons Correctional Services, which means we are going to have a new type of students who will need a new approach, and that opportunity, that gives us an opportunity to learn how to interact with those who have been incarcerated. So our education system, as you are aware, that we now have what is called Education 5.0. Education 5.0 came as a result of the realization by the government that our graduates from our institutions were job seekers. In other words, they had no particular skills. I'm not saying all of them, but perhaps the majority had no particular skills that they would use, that they would readily use, that would enable them to set up some entities, some companies. And therefore, what was seen to be lacking was the structure of our education system, the design of the education system, in that it was aiming at 3.0, education 3.0. That's teaching and learning, research work, and then community service. That's where we were ending. And therefore, the government decided to add 2 more pillars, that is innovation and industrialization. We are also saying that our students themselves should be able to form industries. Our institutions should be able to create industries. That's why we now have Education 5.0. At Gweru Polytechnic, we have always believed that education must serve society holistically, And then today we extend that belief into correctional facilities, ensuring that no individual is left behind in the pursuit of knowledge and opportunity. And that resonates very well with our mantra, leaving no place and no one behind. The Inmate Innovation Initiative is a groundbreaking program that embodies this philosophy by equipping inmates with technical and soft skills ranging from coding and robotics to welding, entrepreneurship, and digital literacy, electronics, and other areas that we may think of. We are not only preparing them for successful reintegration, but also unlocking their potential to contribute meaningfully to our communities. Therefore, education becomes a tool of empowerment, rehabilitation, and economic independence. Through this partnership, we will establish STEM hubs within correctional facilities, creating spaces where innovation thrives even in the most unlikely environments. These hubs will produce educational materials, generate income for inmates, and sustain the program long after its inception. Our collaboration with ZPCS ensures that rehabilitation is not only about discipline, but also about opportunity. By working hand in hand with WIT, we bring global expertise, digital resources, and innovation models in our local context. Together, we will design inclusive curricula, foster mentorship pipelines, and create industry linkages that guarantee continuity of learning and employment after release. Now, as Gweru Polytechnic, we work hand in hand with the Ministry of Higher Tertiary Education. There's a department within the ministry called Quality Assurance and Standards. And within that department of water section, which deals with examinations, and then the other one which deals with the curriculum research and development. And I'm sure we're also going to work with them in terms of our curriculum development and the other issues which we may need to enhance the programs that we're going to introduce. This initiative is not just about inmates, it is about strengthening our national development agenda. By transforming correctional facilities into centers of innovation, we contribute to reducing recidivism, building safer communities, and nurturing a workforce that is skilled, resilient, and entrepreneurial. As Gweru Polytechnic, we pledge our utmost good faith and unwavering commitment to the cause. We will provide training, certification, and industry connections that ensure sustainability and viability of this program. We will monitor, evaluate, and continuously improve, guided by the principle that education must deliver measurable outcomes. Let this partnership stand as a beacon of hope and a model for not only Zimbabwe, but Southern Africa and beyond. Together, we are proving that education can heal, empower, and rebuild. We are shaping a future where every individual, regardless of circumstance, is the chance to innovate, to contribute, and to thrive. On that note, let me say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and I wish all of us huge success in this initiative, an envy of the international world. This is what I can foresee great things coming out of this. And I know, and I'm certain that we're taking this very, very seriously, because we are making it. I thank you.
Commanding ZPS leadership here present, the principal, very important, Worcester Institute of Technology members that have accompanied me to this important occasion, corporate partners, I understand that I can see everyone is with us. We also anticipate quite a number of other organizations who are indicated to be with us, and those they are within us or have not been recognized. So I can really see that we have got one with us. Then members of the press, honored guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before you this morning. My speech is going to ride on what the previous speakers presented. Where I say basically we know that there is this question that has haunted correctional systems around the world for generations. What do we do with human potential when it is locked behind doors? And basically, this is one of the answers that we seek today. This is the question that we seek to answer today, not with words, but with signed commitments between three institutions, united by one unshakable belief. And our unshakable belief is that human beings, regardless of where they are, they carry the capacity to build, to create, and to contribute. And therefore, we cannot leave any of these behind. And basically, we see that correctional facilities around the world have housed the sharpest minds, the most resilient human beings. But unfortunately, these at times remain idle, locked and confined, unchallenged and untapped. So we are saying, as the three institutions, that this is not just a humanitarian failure, it is economic failure, it is a national failure, it is a failure of imagination. And the Inmate Innovation Initiative is our answer to that failure. For too long, rehabilitation has been understood narrowly to mean follow the rules, serve the sentence, don't re-offend. But we say that is not enough. To us, rehabilitation redefined means not just changing behavior, but rebuilding identity. Not keeping peace, but igniting purpose. Not releasing a person, but launching a contributor. True rehabilitation is not about managing risk. It is about unlocking potential. We don't simply want safer prisons. We want stronger citizens. These things are not in conflict. They are the same goal pursued together. Imagine a world where the walls that we once confined now connect, where the minds that we once locked now innovate, where spaces that we once restricted now inspire. Our vision as WISTA is to transform correctional facilities into hubs of innovation, entrepreneurship, and industrialization. That is why I said I'm going to write on what the previous speakers have said in time with Education 5.0. This initiative, rehabilitation means innovation. Discipline meets design. Confinement becomes a launchpad, not a dead end. Inside these hubs, inmates will not simply study for certificates, otherwise they will not use at the end of the day. They will build new products, solve real problems, launch real enterprises. So through this term nexus, participants will engage in hands-on learning. The courses is what Principal Poli is actually alluded to. They are going to be jointly decided. But what we have in mind, for instance, as WISTA, is that we have in mind courses like electronics and circuit repair being part and parcel of what our inmates are going to learn. Media and video production, robotics and automation, welding and metal fabrication, then design, 3D design and 3D printing, auto tech, then software development and innovation. As we were also coming up with these programs, we are also looking at possible items or programs that will quickly generate money to sustain these things, because these skills to us have a direct market value for our inmates as they walk out through the gates. We are not preparing inmates for a world that will tolerate them. We are preparing them for a world that will need them. We are not just building a program. We are building a model that we feel is going to be replicable, scalable, and exportable as a blueprint for Africa and the world. And the impact that we see is that we are going to have fewer returning offenders, safer communities, skilled graduates, ready for enterprise. We are not just ready for employment. We are not looking for graduates who are going to be employment seekers. We need to come up with skilled graduates who are ready for enterprise. New businesses created inside. We want to see new businesses being created inside ourselves. That's why we say from sales to success. We also want to see families supported by parents and partners who return with capability and not just freedom. We want to see communities that are strengthened by citizens who contribute, not just consume, and correctional systems that the world looks so, not with concern, but with admiration. Most importantly, we are committed to this. Lives not just rehabilitated, but restored, dignified, and unlocked. Let us firmly say at this juncture that this initiative, what this initiative is and what it is not. This initiative is not charity. It is commerce. It is not sympathy. It is not a second chance handed out of mercy, but it is investment in human capital, in national productivity, in the future of Zimbabwe. Therefore, as we stand forward after my remarks to sign this memorandum of understanding, we are making a series of promises to each other and to every person who is inside this room. We promise that we are not going to be wasting our inmates' time here. We promise that their minds will be challenged, not contained. We promise they will walk out of here carrying something the economy needs. We promise that these walls will produce, not just release. We promise that the initiative will generate its own income through production. It is not charity, and I emphasize it is commerce. We believe that prisons must no longer be endpoints. They must become starting points. Incarceration must no longer define a future. Transformation must define a future. Rehabilitation must no longer mean merely saving a sentence. It must mean emerging as a builder of a better future. And we say from cells to success. I thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Njini, with the address on Triple I and the vision for sales to success. Which really says, from corrections to connections, we are building industries beyond and behind and beyond the walls. So, tiri mugara nesuwo tiri kutiwo pambene zvakanakira isu nemaINSM. Before the signing, let me call upon Engineer Nzirao for the presentation on Triple I. Engineers.
Thank you so much. All protocols observed. Thank you very much, Commissioner, for welcoming us here. I'm going to do this in a very few minutes because a lot of things have already been said, so I'll try to cover it after 5 minutes so I can make sure I could taste it in sync and we'll also understand why we are all here on our issue of our Inmate Innovation Initiative, Sell to Success. So, what is this initiative? I think before we go any further, it's important to usatotanga solution kana tiri ku academia or in designing unofana utanga wanzwisa problem yako first. If you understand your problem, you can be able then to draft your solution. So what is the problem that is going on? So the problem is there is a high recidivism rates already worldwide, and even right here also in Zimbabwe, there is a high recidivism rates. And also what is it that we want to address is the idleness. Correct, right? We are having our inmates idle. So it's something that we also need to correct. Minds behind the bars daily are always idle. So that means there is a lot of high idleness. What about the income for inmates? Some inmates are no sungwa, my families. What about the income? And one inmates it's zero. Because the father of the family asungwa or my and then what is it that we are also losing? As a nation, we are losing potential national growth as a nation. So what is it that we're supposed to do? What do we do with human potential when it is locked behind bars? Now we're now coming to the solutions now, right? So firstly, we need to make sure that inmates are not merely just students, but they are also trained producers, designers, mechanic professionals, etc., and also entrepreneurs and fabricators. We also want to make sure that they also create new products that they can be able to create right from here within the prison that can actually be able to add value outside. What is it that we also want to do for them to earn wages? If they are here at Shanda, they are behind bars. Their families, it can also be sustainable. So this program is not just self-sustaining, but it's self-sustaining through that its own production revenue, and it's not charity, but it's also commerce. And then at least that could just a release we want to also have the graduates that actually also come from here. That is, we're also going to be offering them certifications, my business plan out, so that when they get into the world, they actually get into the world while at least they are equipped. So the three parties that are involved, which is the ZPCS, Polytechnic, and Worcester Institute of Technology, what are their main roles? So ZCPS already through our commissioners, they are going to, of course, to provide the facilities, the institutional mandate, the courage to also to reimagine the correctional services. While it's Guru Polytechnic are our academic giants that we have here, and I'm glad that the principal is here. So we as a Worcester are going, of course, to do the innovation design, which is the imagining part, the creating part, the framework, what the engine behind running this particular dream, so that it can actually see the light of day. So how is this going to work? It's going to follow a 3-pillar model, right? This is what our commissioners here have already been succeeding, including some officers who are here. Cognitive behavioral therapy, prisoners accountability, and also character assessment, so that when they get into the public, character they're able to be absorbed well. Also restorative justice, and also family healing. And this is what you are counseling them in all. And then we now have the second pillar, which is the technical and digital mastery, whereby we are saying that we are going to be leading them in a 12-month first learning journey, whereby we're saying that our own inmates were actually going through learning technical skills. And then the third pillar now is now coming on production and enterprise. As now, some of the times, wakava professor, but wakava professor, unimurombo futa vishandi, and we are a degree, but at the end of the day, lumuri ends. So we need to address this particular situation, whereby we train people to make real products. Not only just real products, but products which are actually needed by the public. Products which the public can be able to consume. So inmates are also going to be earning wages and also save capital. And graduates, upon release, they will know the right way to start a business. Ogona uzia kuti taxi industry, unoweka say taxi yako. Ogona uzia kuti company will register say. Isn't this amazing? This is beautiful, right? Right. So we have this 12-month transformation journey that I'm talking about. It is particularly in these three. So we have the first phase one, which is 1 to 3 months. Then the intermediate one, which is 4 to 8, 9 to 12. It is the enterprise one, whereby by the enterprise we're now saying we're now pushing them to learn the business. Munhu anofana kugona kutengesa, munhu anofana kugona kugadzira marketing plan, munhu anofana kugona kugadzira business plan, anofana kugona kuita taxes, anofana kugona kuziya kuti ndogona kuregister company yangu say according to the laws of the country. Right. So our curriculum is much more based on 4 mandatory plus 8 elective. So we have things like electronics, like what was being said by the principals when they were mentioning their speeches. So I'm not going to repeat this one because of time. So the STEM nexus is much more concentrated on 4. Right. So you'll notice that we have the educational tech, we have the digital content, the digital services, then the fabrication. So this is where we will mostly be also concentrating on in our innovation hub, so that we make sure that people are actually producing money. So the transformation for the incarcerated is that inside the prison, the transformation part is that there's going to be awareness. We need the commitment, right, in the accountability pledge. We also need production, which is the hands-on training, real products and services built. Anofana kuti limene cruiser yakapwanywa apa anokwanisa kugona kuidzorera engine yacho and panokuda panzova anenge akugona kugadzira chi makaleni cruiser okake paanenge ari papo. And then my entrepreneurs, that is the business plan, the financial the literacy, my enterprise pitch. To be nice for us to also to pitch businesses, nema startups, arikuitwa nema inmates edu mumastenzi imomo vanhu vachiona and talking about presidential awards pitwa kuti manje the PCS, they should be able to see us teacher award of team students edu food and to compete because they are also citizens of this particular country, and soon enough they'll be joining the society. So what is the impact and the commitment here? So the aim is by within a year we could attain probably 200 plus, 85% plus also post completion rates, 70% plus by business launches, the citizen rate, a 2-year follow-up to at least decrease by at least 20%. Right. So 1,000 plus STEM product units at least in 2 years, and 80% plus revenue self-sufficiency by year 3. So this is my presentation that I wanted to run through. I hope thank you so much. But we are at a breakthrough ceremony here, whereby we're not only going to be changing lives, but we're also going to be changing lives even for those who are not inside the cells. When someone is in the cells, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean art or it doesn't mean from zero. Some of them, they can actually start as millionaires. I always say to my class, the teacher I never my gym, but it doesn't do this, so I'm excited. The world commissioner is now asymmetric. Way back, and Pick and Pay, the biggest competitors were OK. Way back in my banks, their biggest competitors were other banks. But now, the person that you're supposed to fear is some little boy who knows how to program a code or guards a banking system. You don't get for online, it's not needed infrastructure. Mfana, maybe by 18 years or 21 years, can make more money, more than a bank, which is a very big building. The world is now asymmetric. Some of the times that I need to go to India, but now it's no longer like that. Alibaba, Yakauya, PayPal, Yakauya, people they can just steal from anywhere, and you can also hire from anywhere. So let's take advantage of this modern technology. These young people, you'll be surprised if they're the next millionaires. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, engineer. I round of applause once again. That is here, right? I see. That's why I put that on one day with try to cheat. This is a business that very flexible. Continuous learning and building goes on. Every day to run the thank you very much. At this juncture, Commissioner said, allow me to call upon the protocol and the team to prepare for the official MOU signing ceremony. Do Patare, and this is going to find Patasia. As we listen to the interlude, the old panic that can prepare Chwana official.
Imagine a world where the walls that once confined now connect, where the minds that were once locked away now innovate, where the spaces that were once restricted now inspire. For decades, prisons have been places of punishment, but what if they became places of possibility? Introducing the Inmate Innovation Initiative, a groundbreaking movement transforming correctional facilities into hubs of innovation, technology, and production through world-class training, electronics, robotics and automation, interactive media, digital design, software development, automotive technology, and 3D prototyping. We are equipping individuals with real future-ready skills. Imagine this: prisons becoming centers of production, inmates earning an income from prisons, supporting their families, from prisons, supplying local community schools with school resources, from prisons, and building a future before they are even released. This is not just a program, it is a partnership, a collaboration between institutions, industry, and society to redefine rehabilitation for the 21st century, where minds once confined now connect, where re-education builds futures, where second chances become together, we can transform prisons into catalysts for growth, innovation, and opportunity. Together, we can break down barriers and build up futures. The future of innovation starts here. The Inmate Innovation Initiative, from cells to success, transforming prisons into hubs of innovation, entrepreneurship, and industrialization. Imagine a world where the walls that once confined now connect, where the minds that were once locked away now innovate, where the spaces that were once restricted now inspire. For decades, prisons have been places of punishment, but what if they became places of possibility? Groundbreaking and transforming correctional facilities into hubs of innovation, technology, and production through world-class training, electronics, robotics and automation, interactive media, digital design. design, software development, automotive technology, 3D prototyping. We are equipping individuals with real future-ready skills. Imagine this. Prisons becoming centers of production, inmates earning an income from prisons, supporting their families, from prisons, supplying local community schools with STEM resources, from prisons, building a future before they are even released. This is not just a program, it is a partnership, a collaboration between institutions, industry, and society to redefine rehabilitation for the 21st century. Where minds once confined, now connect. Where re-education builds futures, where second chances become. Together, we can transform prisons into catalysts for growth, innovation, and opportunity. Together, we can break down barriers and build up futures. The future of innovation starts here. The Inmate Innovation Initiative. From cells to success. Transforming prisons into hubs of innovation, entrepreneurship, and industrialization. Imagine a world where the walls that once confined now connect, where the minds that were once locked away now innovate, where the spaces that were once restricted now inspire. For decades, prisons have been places of punishment. What if they became places of possibility? Transforming correctional facilities into hubs of innovation, technology, and production through world-class training, electronics, robotics, automation, interaction, digital design, software development, automotive technology, 3D prototyping. Imagine this. Prisons becoming centers of production. Inmates earning an income from prisons, supporting their families. From prisons, supplying local community schools with STEM resources. From prisons, building a future before they are even released. This is not just a program, it is a partnership, a collaboration between institutions, industry, and society to redefine rehabilitation for the 21st century. Where minds once confined, now where re-education builds futures, where second chances become. Together, we can transform prisons into catalysts for growth, innovation, and opportunity. Together, we can break down barriers and build up futures. The future of innovation starts here. The Inmate Innovation Initiative. From cells to success. Transforming prisons into hubs of innovation, entrepreneurship, and industrialization. Imagine a world where the walls that once confined now connect, where the minds that were once locked away now innovate, where the spaces that were once restricted now inspire. For decades, prisons have been places of punishment, but what if they became places of possibility? Initiative, a groundbreaking movement transforming correctional facilities into hubs of innovation, technology, and production through world-class training, electronics, robotics, and automation, interactive media, digital design, software development, automotive technology, and 3D prototyping. We are equipping individuals with real future-ready skills. Imagine this. Prisons becoming centers of production, inmates earning an income from prisons, supporting their families, from prisons, supplying local community schools with STEM resources, from prisons, building the future before they are released. This is not just a program, it is a partnership, a collaboration between institutions, industry, and society to redefine rehabilitation for the 21st century, where minds once confined now connect, where re-education builds futures, where second chances become the beginning. Together, we can transform prisons into catalysts for growth, innovation, and opportunity. Together, we can break down barriers and build up futures. The future of innovation starts here. The Inmate Innovation Initiative. From cells to success. Transforming prisons into hubs of innovation, entrepreneurship, and industrialization. Imagine a world where the walls that once confined now connect, where the minds that were once locked away now innovate, where the spaces that were once restricted now inspire. For decades, prisons have been places of punishment, but what if they became places of possibility? Introducing the Inmate Innovation Initiative, a groundbreaking movement transforming correctional facilities into hubs of innovation, technology, and production through world-class training in electronics, robotics and automation, interactive media, digital design, software development, automotive technology, and 3D prototyping. We are equipping individuals with real future-ready skills. Imagine this. Prisons becoming centers of production. Inmates earning an income from prisons, supporting their families. From prisons, supplying local community schools with STEM resources. From prisons, building a future before they are even released. This is not just a program, it is a partnership, a collaboration between institutions, industry, and society to redefine rehabilitation for the 21st century, where minds once confined now connect, where re-education builds futures, where second chances become new beginnings. Together, we can transform prisons into catalysts for growth, innovation, and opportunity. Together, we can break down barriers and build up futures. The future of innovation starts here. The Inmate Innovation Initiative. From cells to success. Transforming prisons into hubs of innovation, entrepreneurship, and industrialization. Imagine a world where the walls that once confined now connect, where the minds that were once locked away now innovate, where the spaces that were once restricted now inspire. For decades, prisons have been places of punishment, but what if they became places of possibility? Introducing the Inmate Innovation Initiative, a groundbreaking Imagine this. Prisons becoming centers of production. Inmates This is not just a program, it is a partnership, a collaboration between institutions, industry, and society to redefine rehabilitation for the 21st century. Where minds once confined, now connect. Where re-education builds futures, where second chances become new beginnings. Together, we can transform prisons into catalysts for growth, innovation, and opportunity. Together, we can break down barriers and build our futures.
Nashukuru takapata maboko echezo takasaina takagara pasi kunesuka
Imagine a world where the walls that once confined now connect, where the minds that were once locked away now innovate, where the spaces that were once restricted now inspire. For decades, prisons have been places of punishment, but what if they became places of possibility?
Thank you very much. Our protocol will be now. I think the MOU signing ceremony ya shera kapeza ngati mwombera maoko anzi kana zvakanyanya kukosha zvoitwa hazvidinyaya kuuchira zvazvo zvoda kuzviwisisa but pachivanhu tongofana kuchiri kuombera maoko naika. Thank you very much. I think tapedza mafotografa mafarati pane chimwe tamuchavera nekuti mukamisa ipapa hapana pamuchavabatsira naika. I think zvamarequesta vaita naika. Panguva ino regai ndikumbire vaenzi vedu vasare muno nemanagement yedu isare muno, vamwe toenda panze for a short break. Ndo pari kunzi networking ipapa, hatito network ipapa, hatiti takava panze tikunetworka muno tonetworka naika. Vamboti vaenzi vawane tanonoka hedu asi toziva tinongoita vawane tea izvoka then vachitonetworka ipapo tanetworka kusvika tafamba tatowa techinetworka tichingodaro naika the whole day tiri pano. Saka panguva ino komishina sei ikaindikumbire vamwe tiende panze vaenzi tisare muno zvenguva yatichapiwa iyoyo then from there topresident program. Thank you very much.
Is tea not for all?
Yeah, only one I go for.
Officer Judge, Madam Shimono Jenna. You can take us through your premise.
I'll take you through our workshop. You studied the carpentry, the motor mixer.
So far, no students. But students, they don't kunyora patowadzisana theory vamunonyora main power nyora theory class dzanga kasiyana siyana class 1 class 2 class 4 zvinderana yemunhu ne level of education yakasvika kana vanyora theory vapasa vanozoita ma-practical tests vanozosupervisa vanhu main power vachizopiwa vanonzi machemikazi machemikazi vanongorikondaizwa zikandokuti azvizonzikana kuti makaningi achimbozikanwa kuti mukari mugati zvikanwa kuti mangari jemikati unozongoshanda chirekonaizwa sengozi qualification yake wakaita. So
what are the challenges?
Alright, my challenges atinawo so far ndetooling matools edu asikuenderana nemastandards avo muindustry. Kazhinji kacho behind panyaya dzematools, kazhinji kacho tozoita improvise kuti tikwanise kushanda because matools edu mashoma plus nenyaya dzekuti vanhu takawanda kudai so matools acho mamwe ari mashoma tomirira kuti mumwe atomboita muozoita muoita then kana tave paspray painting zvine challenge yespray tofanira kuti chispray amuspray musina mhepo mune maconditions arifavorable pakuspray saka tisina spray kuti we end up spraying pamhepo panapa zvinogona kuvapedza kupenda pendi chiri nyoro mhepo ikasimuka unozokanganisa finish yako pabasa raungochita.
Tinowakambopedza here bana wakagraduate?
Mainmates hapana
PPE
PPE ndo ine challenge
Imakapfeka
PPE ndosofara kuti tichotangira kubva kumusoro kumagogosi achiweredha magloves tongaiva nemagloves safety shoe nemawetsuits but machallenges ndikudonga kana ngada kutaridza kuti munhu anenge akapfeka pfeka yake yake dzakatisiyana.
The idea is if we get jobs, the man will get to be with some workmates. Fiscus yakawanda. And also what we did last year, we had recruitment of artisans. So we prioritized one wakaitira papa.
Okay.
I think we took around the 40 my former students. I'm also.
Oh, good. Yeah.
6 millimeter plate motor.
Near 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Kona maluco, umuthi esi, anupia. Any loaf, slice timber. Like slice a chingo jeje. to any measurement. Any challenge I do on my a place you guys, you know, a place, this building, to put my challenge and come to here. Otherwise, I'm going to no slope. Yeah. Very good, but the can our mama steering much. But you do not know. Eh, we should your bosy. You can let the road eat. This guy is staying there with some food. Bridging a heat up a blade up. To pull a blade goes through Kaita over Dambuga. But as he is long real rotating. Any low. Out to my agent.
apprentice ndo what now from manpower kwaita ma students officers from media pamwati na
wazukuru wa kunaoga
sukuru wenyu panapa tine 1 2 3 nekuya mufunda sasa unokuya kuno saka
same issues
amachallenges ndemathulusi andemathulusi apa pati tinoshandisa yokusa mataya
kudara zviyana pane mamwe zvinhu tiri kumashure netechnology
saka haane matulusi
This is our school. So this block, this is secondary. This is for secondary learners. That the other one is for primary. So as of now, we've got a enrollment of 208 learners. That is 138 for primary, then 78 for secondary. Right. So this one is for DC. That one is for Form 4, Form 3 and 4.
We have teachers.
Right? We 11 qualified teachers as of now. Qualified teachers who are taking lessons, who are teaching lessons. Right? As of previous, that is 2025, we awarded a 65% percent at one level. This year, we've got 25 learners who are going to sit for their O level. In 12 or Mexico. Basically, I can just talk of textbooks. Doctor? I'm very happy to see Tukaj, who is my lecturer at State University. He was my lecturer. I was very happy to meet you. I'm the head. So I was just saying, this is what we are moving as school for our inmates. Education is being a basic human right. When our inmates are being incarcerated, they should not lose that right to education. They have to continue with their education. So we've got both the primary and the secondary learners from grade 1 up to 8. So I was saying this block is for secondary learners, then the other one is for primary. Right? This year, 25 of our inmates are going to sit for their ordinary level, and 12 of them are going to sit for their MSc.
Because of what? MSc.
Because of MSc. That's what. So the issue of examination fees, I don't think it's not things of the past. Because of MSc.
This is the problem. When I have 8 subjects, 200 are two. So when MSc came on board, now it is now. They are review and pay. Because the professor is our advisor on what to do. So we capitalize on it. But those things the thing of the first squad, I mean,
Like for the 11 teachers, it's for both for primary and secondary.
So we define for primary, 6 for secondary. 6 for secondary, yes. We might for primary.
I mean in secondary, one teacher can do
Because basically, the secondary level, we don't teach one subject. We have 2 or 1.
So for there's no A-level.
Yeah, we've got 10 units where, but they are still doing their lower 6. Not lower 6, they are their lower 6. They're going to sit for 8 next year. You see, they are doing their work.
where's my sample? We have to continue to get
What he is saying basically is the truth. We assist the inmates to learn here from grade 1 up to 11. And this has been happening since I joined this 7. I joined as a teacher. I'm now the PO of this province. And what he's saying is the truth. We want this challenge is what he says, we don't have computers. This institution is basically have nothing to offer pertaining to ICT. So we need assistance there. I can't listen to that. Are you at tonight? Okay.
The previous, the other one was the immediate university.
After the level.
The first image in the mission. I can't graduate. And is willing to come back and say thank you.
Like I was saying, my English is not because 65 years. I got 17 years. Someone else got 40 years. I'm back. Because the cameras are Madara that defeat the purpose you call them initiative. So you can live in that 12 years. I don't have 4 months to have the grandma. The youngest we have, and it's 15. Yeah. Challenge will be, you are now going to most of the sexual offenses. So in terms of amnesty, I benefit. Was category, what you was in for a person, specified offense, sexual offense I pinned. So I find with most of the how was doing I don't know to say the British fashion. And I find amnesty have taken care they will benefit much. But like she said, education for all. So this is why we also decided this is a part of the project. We start with young offenders, which is the future like we say. This is going to be about.
I just want to tell you to go and extend our gratitude to God to the executive.
Kusangana nacho panguva ino notinopafadza muzita raJesu Kristu mupenyu. Amen.
This photo face on this historic occasion, marking the signing of the MOU of the Inmate Innovation Initiative from sales to success, transforming correctional facilities into hubs of innovation, skills development, and production. This event is not merely a formal agreement, but a clear demonstration of a shared commitment to transforming correctional services through innovation and skills development to foster meaningful evidence-based rehabilitation to inmates to ensure their successful reintegration into the mainstream society. This partnership presents a progressive step towards equipping offenders with practical competencies, fostering creativity, and ultimately supporting their relevance into the digital world. Allow me, sir, to extend my sincere gratitude to the Commissioner General of Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, Dr. MCN Chiwobu, and the entire management, which is inclusive of Commissioner Corrections, Commissioner Chavira, who is here with us. We also commanding for Midlands Province, Commissioner Esgati, who provided the strategic direction to ensure that this program is embraced and approved. This vision will shape a correctional system that is not only secure, but also reformative, productive, and empowering, gravitating towards the fulfillment of ZPCS mandate, mission, and vision, as well as attainment of the National Development Strategy 2 DTEX and achieving Vision 2030. To booster the Institute of Technology and Guerrero Polytechnic College, we express our deepest appreciation for your willingness to partner with us as ZPCS. Your expertise, resources, and commitment to education and innovation will play a pivotal role in nurturing talent within correctional facilities, opening new pathways for offenders to rebuild their lives with dignity and with purpose. This program will move rehabilitation from passive participation to active creative participation shaped by innovation initiatives that form the architecture of modern industrialization and a globally competitive correctional service. I acknowledge all stakeholders who contributed to the conceptualization and realization of this initiative. Your collaborative spirit and dedication have made this Inmate Innovation Initiative program possible. Let me also give thanks to the organizing team for ensuring that this event is successfully conducted. As we move forward, it is our hope that this partnership will yield tangible outcomes, enhance skills development programs, increase innovation among our inmates, and a measurable reduction in recidivism through a successful reintegration of inmates equipped with careers relevant to the fourth industrial revolution. This is not doubted that it will bring forth resistance among inmates and ensure that the society is protected from further criminal activities. This collaborative partnership and unity of purpose guided by this MOU will propel ZPCS to be a leading correctional service provider in the region and beyond. I thank you.
Thank you very much.
takade ku club watawana ma addresses from different stakeholders. Tawana address kubva kuna principal Ripon. Tukawana address again from Dr. Chini from WIT. Yes. Tukawana put address from engineer Zirawa, then from WIT. Then from there, Tabata side MOU signing ceremony, Ikoko. Tabata tour when we have our workshops, tukaona my activities sariko, uvaku pan of greetings, spray painting, water make, and so forth. Wataona Ikoko. Then we came here, our final destination here, Wataona our school in Oketa for the inmates. Do Patawa Pagua in. So that was the route. Yatafamba na nas. So, Tapshka program here.
That's from our partners. Comments after the conference. I think
for this special occasion. Okay, thank you so much, commissioners. You have opened your home for us, and we want to stay in this particular home. We have seen amazing things from the projects which are happening here. We have our own technical background that we have our own networks that we have. So that's why we're saying we want to stay here. Tanzwa the issue we also want to come and complement that. People always say the words are cheap. People they just talk, but ours are not going to be that, because they were forged by signatures. They were also forged by mutual beneficiation. So us as organizations, we are hoping from this initiative which we have started, it's not only going to stop here, but we're going to be benchmarked with the other prisons and correctional facilities from other countries. They can come from to learn from us. And commissioners, thank you so much. And we guarantee you one thing, these are just not words. We are willing to put shoulder to wheel. I talked about business, from ideation to business. We are just one call away. Guer is very close to here. 20-30 minutes, we are already here. So we are willing, not only for the ones who are prisoners, and I'm talking also about the staff also. Staff capacity development, so that we can be able to develop our staff so that they can live properly. We are very much open for that particular business. But thank you so much for opening your home to us, and we mean to stay on this home. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, engineer. The PCS is now an open system organization, and so that is about an OC and a commission. Continuous learning and development is our trust. So, we are open. So thank you very much, engineer. You have got something? Yes, you
My name is Farai. I'm asking this question as an individual, not as an institution. The question goes to WIT, and I saw the part where the legal officer was also introduced. My question is, there are people who are being corrected in here, the people that are considered as inmates. You mentioned the issue to do with software development. Are these inmates also protected in terms of the moment they develop a code? It's their brainchild. Sure. So after they serve the 2 years or the 5 years, we are aware that they were able to develop a software that was able to track the leave days of the officers here, the days of the inmates in here, and then also track the logging in and logging off of officers. Is there a monetary or a legal protection for the brainchild of the idea?
Waiting for the answer.
Patents, yes.
Oh, okay. Commissioner. Thank you so much. That's a very, very, very brilliant question. I'm hoping on one thing. Commissioner Finance did the foot. Because we're going to create what we call an innovation incubation framework. Tavanyorera framework tinowaradza kuti from idea inoprotectwa sei and with how. So the first stage, just to give you a brief, we have what is called ARIPO, we have also what is called ZIPO. So what we're going to do, well, we would register through the commission, of course, would register the incubation hub through ARIPO and ZIPO. ZIPO means Zimbabwe Intellectual Property Organization. But pamsoro pe ZIPO, pani pamsoro futi of ARIPO. That's for Africa now. So it protects your idea not only for Zimbabwe, but for the whole of Africa. That's titashwako ARIPO. So the framework you that framework to register under ZIPO, you know, to proceed to ARIPO, so that it can be protected even Africa-wise. So that idea. The moment I end up something, water treatment from here. Drug discovery from here. Softwares, ERP, school systems from here. And someone else maybe advertise for TF or Kusas. Those ideas need to be protected. Easy can originate from our prison. Because when we fell for those IPs, apparently, ZPCS is still the custodian of that IP. But Iwewe, as the ideation person, you are the owner of the IP. But ZPCS, very good custodian cheat. Because Wakashita will under ZPCS. So it's still your idea. It won't be stolen not only in Zimbabwe, but also in Africa, because we'll sign up with ARIPO also. I don't know if I've answered you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
much. I know thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I also observe and principals. Our friends from Net1 and the entourage that is coming to share with us and to also grace this signing ceremony. Kazungurira nawo kuti andingaendi ndisina mutauro something zvamurikuzwa zvese ndezvamurikuronga zvese you are trying to do it for my office. So I'm very happy to hear all the contributions that I've met with from the presentations from the two doctors and from all of you. They just asked a question, you know, that was looking at the patterns as explained by our friend. Yes, I think you will appreciate that ZPCS has got a new act. The new act of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service provides for prisoner employment programs. Prisons the world over is trying as much as possible to move away from where we say an inmate is an inmate and they have to be here until their sentences expire working for government. All governments in the world are trying to see if they can make those people better people when they go out of prison. In actual fact, the protection from society aspect comes from the fact that those people will desist once they leave prison. But in Africa, the issue of poverty has made it very difficult for inmates not to offend. Because you can imagine, in prisons, in our prisons today in Zimbabwe, I think most of the prison officers that you are seeing in here have developed big tummies, as you can see, because there is what is called Agrifora there. Agrifora has also been extended to inmates. And our inmates have guaranteed meals. But now, imagine an inmate has been released from prison. and he has gone down in Zaka, in the outskirts of Zaka there. He may not then be able to have the 3 meals that he is used to in prison. And when Gogo tells him to perhaps go and assist to fetch a few tickets to come and prepare a meal for him and for yourself, you would find that the inmate would say, this is the idea, I think this is too late. He would rather be in prison than to remain here. So we are very much excited by the ideas that you guys are coming up with, because one thing that guarantees an inmate's desistance from committing crime after this is a little development that you would have done on him while he's still in here. The moment he gets out of prison, having been developed slightly, will make him a different person. In some instances, he would have stolen from a much, much, much poorer person. You know, imagine most of these guys would go to an old woman's place who stays alone, who has got only one chicken that she keeps behind the door. It's laying eggs behind the door, and they come in at night, threaten that woman, takes the chicken and go and eat it. He gets arrested, he comes to prison. If he is developed, you know, to the level you have described since morning, then when he goes out there, he will feel very sorry for what he did. And in a way, we feel that should then lead into desistance. But as you know, it's, our economy hasn't gotten us to a point where perhaps the rural areas would be as developed as we would have wished. So I'm very happy about your initiative, guys in the Osa Command, and I'd like to thank you very much for coming up with such an idea. And I also would like to commend you for the relationships that we have witnessed in Midlands Province. And for that, I'm going to tell the Commissioner General that there is a fest that's growing in Midlands. And I really wish your relationship continues and you continue to work together so that these programs that you have just described come to fruition. I think we are going to witness a lot of development in this province. So with these few words, I would like you guys to invite us, next time at a graduation of some sort on our programs that we have given to our inmates. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Commissioner sir. We are open. Watu wameweza Commissioner General kuonyesha watu waona saka kashi ndio. Thank you very much, Commissioner said. Allow me to call upon the chaplain for a closing prayer.
Permission to proceed with the closing prayer. Thank you, sir. The guy tinamate baba wokudenga tinokutengai panguva dzamasikati ano mazviita ishe nekuti manga muri pakati pedu nehama dzamadaidza Mwari kuti dzive shamwari dzedu. Amos chapter 3 verse 3, vaviri havangafambi munzira imwe chete vasina kuwirirana. Tinotenda nememorandum of understanding yanyorwa mukati menzvimbo ino. Ngaibatsire Mwari kuti zvose zvainoreva nezvayatarwa kuti zviitwe zvigoitwa nemi nekuti muri Jehovha. Ndinokutendai Mweya Mutsvene kana ari pakati pedu zvinofamba zvakanaka. Vose vabva kwavabva Mwari chivafambisai neruoko rwenyu rune simba. 121 Pisarema ndinomuperekedze parwendo. Imi hamukotsiri imi Mwari nekuti muri Jehovha. Fambai nesu tichidzokera Ishe kwatabva, Ishe wokudenga muchitiropafadza. Mweya Mutsvene ngave pakati pedu. Tinokunamatai nokutendai Ishe muzita raBaba roMwanakomana noMweya Mutsvene. Amen.
Chafrani pa wawas prison secondary school ikuwa kwa muna mkamba shiona bakumanya hawo they can proceed but wasikumanya le kato chiona pa kwa secondary school mkamba.
Today is a big day for us as Midlands, isn't it? In the University, in Gweru Poly. Principal Gweru Poly ndo arapa. Vati vakuzokuona yatiti tanga tine memorandum of understanding yatanga tisainirana nezvechikoro chenyu ine zvekudzidza zvekuworkshop nezvekuita seyanditi saka tatanga makuseni tasainirana tikapedza tikabhutowa pano tikamboenda kuworkshop anditi mavamaridzo muchazovaona akubuda anditi ka then tina commissioner wabva kuharare vanonzi commissioner tarura varapa ndo vari in charge nerehabilitation necorrections muzpcs anditi ndo vauya vakamira commissioner general. Otherwise, chef.
Yes, Azu. What are they? What is it? What is it?
What is the section?
I know not tender school, no, it's okay. Not tender school, commissioner venue of Sagamandi. Those are Kamuru in Bandi. Mamji not 10 days, not 10 days. Rouge Gamshu Guta, Brenda Score, Ruby right. Bakura Mango, Wanga, Panama, Sailor, Mango, Mani Wachiti, Sakanagana name. Those just a lot of ways that Pomono something in my work. That was good and I did Panapa. I think I was no cheater. Quit around the Canatop Panza, but this is to get at this attack. And it at your mind, that you know of my drugs, you know, come up them to now. I'll change up. Panama and out to Guanguama. Saka muchisiyanana zvinobuda munotobuda kuti nezvitupa zvedu vagate is doing a lot kuti kana tobuda muno mujere tinoita nyanzvi dzekugadzira zvakasiyana siyana mazvinzwa ngatangogumira kutamba bhora toziva kuti vamwe venyu mavakuda kutonyoresa kunana kuvareva asi ngatiite zvese handingauza uchawanawo kune talent rako mazvinzwa good ha nandina hangu zvakawanda zvekutaura. Right, how do you know about some guys? How do you know about this year? Two, 4, 5. What? 5, 3, 4, 3. 3. This is a book for the question of one hour. Okay, right. Who are workshop? But one door go. You got it now. Hurry go. Okay. But I'm go. Never remember. Don't react. We are good. Papa, do you get to what is that? Arba solution. As a oh, then come. Right. I got this one. Look at young is Panama. What do you eh? Tauri saw the principal. I don't want 30 years. Oh, but the ones that you will not conquer it, you will not conquer it. You may not miss what it took out to run conquering 15-15. Oh, come on, I'm going to blow out of the and it's Jerry. I can dig well. You have to who's in charge? 6. One, you advise the commission and thereafter, my son, 10. You know, it's 4 years. 4 years. Commander on that.
17 years old. Okay, it's okay. Uri that you want more to that don't watch that as what I don't know. We are 16 years, but the sentence match. I don't want to check it even I can pull up because boss. Tikada kumuta of age implement this up. Kuma senior. Right, so was good. The body bedroom was said it.
pawachasvika pavahwa pane dhanzi vachazviona kuti ndofadza mavhanzi awambofa wandishaisawo chanzi ndinotosiya kandaroka dhanzi vachazotanga kusala vachitaula mukulu mukulu bachula udashula ndopinda
So our plan is next year, if all goes well, God is planning for money. When we just find the competition of people, when the money not much, just the amount to know when I am. So it's a bad man, was I just a good threat? Even because one was at the actual, was at the actual, so that's the so the provincial education officer. Vários de couro. But we have a bigger plan, we have up to A level. To our computer level, to it's a process. But you didn't put it back. So you started. And when we started that at Shikoro, people were asking what is variation of my wood. But they were not. At least they are not. Yeah, who's the shy way of Manu? Yeah, I know. One of the Maria Shy. But I think no ownership. No kind of change. Those runners are even there. They want to score. So that's what I was saying at school. In terms of staffing, my teachers are now.
My teacher timashai kuti ku secondary tinao pane vamwe vatori aitoro kuti kana yangotanga tinotora vauye pana chero Ministry of Education inotibatsira kuti
tine mabuilding brigade so far tine maprojects akati wandei takachivaka vocational training center kune Mbudziya mahostels evasikana aya tisakavaka then tikuvaka Mapfunga secondary school for free then takavaka Stanley primary for a certain fee takapedza block then kukonimarawo kwedu primary school takavaka rimablock awa primary takavaka rimablock last year then izvozvi tine project iya yeministry of industry kativaka jurawo rendaya then kuhiroseka kuvakwa maputchen facilities awatizenza also there so abasa chakati but in the process inmates anga chiwana maskills like you were saying going forward kunenge uchibhadharwa issue yeprisoner empowerment programs as one or something we're even planning with like we build the brigades so atakubuda vatomutekera matools trouble yake vatobuda so kangoti ngoita